Hey there, and welcome back to Plays Well with Butter. I'm Jess Larson, and today we're making a recipe that covers all your Meatless Monday and Taco Tuesday needs: my Black Bean Quinoa Tacos with cilantro lime cashew crema. This easy recipe has been a Plays Well with Butter reader favorite ever since we first shared it back in 2019, and I think one of the reasons why everyone loves it so much is that it's vegetarian and vegan, completely satisfying, and quick to make with ingredients that are already in your pantry. We'll whip up a quick quinoa taco meat that's laced with aromatic spices for lots of flavor, and it's studded with black beans for good plant-based protein. And while that simmers on the stovetop, you'll have the perfect window of time to prep a cilantro lime crema that's deliciously creamy, but it's made with cashews, so it's also entirely dairy-free. Tuck it all into tortillas for a fun, satisfying, and seriously delicious dinner that's ready in 30 minutes or less. You're gonna be obsessed. The nice thing about this recipe is there's very little prep involved, and the stove does most of the work. It all starts with a black bean quinoa taco meat, which of course is not meat, but it has the kind of flavor and texture that will remind you of ground taco meat. It's just made with plants. You're gonna start by cooking up some aromatics. Heat olive oil in a skillet that you have a tight-fitting lid for, and once it's hot and shimmering, you can add in some finely diced yellow onion. Season with a little salt to draw out the moisture and let it soften, about 4 to 5 minutes. Once the onion is softened, you'll add in aromatics like finely grated garlic, taco spices like chili powder, cumin, and smoked paprika, and a little bit of tomato paste. Stir to coat the onions, then let it toast up in the skillet for about a minute, which adds major depth and flavor to our quinoa taco meat. This is when your kitchen will begin to smell amazing. At this point, add the quinoa to the skillet, and whenever you're cooking with quinoa, it's best to toast it for about a minute, which brings out its rich, nutty flavor. Once it's toasted, pour in your favorite veggie stock. You'll bring the quinoa mixture up to a boil, then reduce the heat to maintain a steady simmer. Add in some drained canned black beans, cover the skillet, and let it cook until all of the liquid is absorbed, which takes about 15 minutes, and that's the perfect little window of time for us to prepare a delicious sauce for our tacos. While the quinoa taco meat simmers, we're gonna whip up a cilantro lime crema. It's so creamy-dreamy, but the kind of magical thing about it is that it's made with cashews, so it's completely dairy-free and vegan-friendly. Plus, it's super easy to throw together. To the jar of a high-speed blender, add unsalted cashews, garlic, lime juice, lemon juice, and water. This is the base of the sauce, which you can zhuzh up in a lot of different ways, but for the quinoa taco meat, I like making a cilantro lime version with lots of cilantro and a seeded jalapeno for a little kick of fresh heat. It takes a good minute for those cashews to break down into a creamy, dreamy sauce, so just be patient and let your blender do its thing. And if you don't have a high-speed blender, you can soak the cashews in boiling hot water, which helps them break down a little easier, or you can start with a base of cashew butter, which is already smooth and creamy. This cashew crema will keep in your fridge for up to 2 weeks, so feel free to make it ahead of time or use your leftovers to add a delicious pop of color to any other meal. Once the quinoa taco meat is simmered and cooked through, just give it a fluff with a fork and you're ready to serve. And the fun thing about this recipe is the fact that it's endlessly versatile. You can enjoy your quinoa taco meat in a burrito bowl, on a taco salad or tostada, served on nachos, about a billion different ways, but I like to serve mine up in tacos. Here's how I do it. Take a warm and lightly charred corn tortilla. I char them up over my stove, over a gas burner, so it's really quick. Spread a little mashed avocado over top, pile the black bean quinoa taco meat, pour on the creamy-dreamy cilantro lime cashew crema, and finish with a little chopped cilantro and a spritz of fresh lime juice. One of the things I love about these tacos is they're so colorful. That's something I always like when I'm eating a plant-based meal, but the best part about them is easily their flavor. The quinoa and black beans soak up all of the aromatic flavor from the onion, garlic, and spices, but they still have a really nice light and fluffy texture. Then you get a bite with the cashew crema, which tastes creamy and fresh all at once. It's just so good and so damn satisfying. So Well, there you have it, a delicious plant-based taco dinner that's entirely vegetarian, dairy-free, and vegan-friendly. Plus, they're so good that even the meat eaters in your house will love them too. Head over to Place Well with Butter for the full recipe, but before you go, be sure to like and subscribe for more unfussy recipes that pack a big punch of flavor, and I'll see you next time.